What's going on, good people? It's Will. Today I wanted to talk to you about hitting your target low and left and what causes it, what does not. Now, if you talk to enough gun owners, you will come across a number of people that will say this particular gun shoots low left. Oh, when I shoot XYZ gun, it shoots low left, and then when I shoot this other gun, it doesn't. And then they'll immediately blame the gun. But when in actuality, it's almost always the shooter. If you have a modern firearm that's made from a reputable company and there's nothing wrong with it, there's nothing wrong with your ammunition, you're not in tsunami conditions or something like that, when you fire your round, you're going to hit what you're aiming at. And typically your rounds are going to impact where the bore was aligned when you actually broke the shot. Not where you were aiming, but where you actually broke the shot. Now, I'm not talking about the influence of your zero and the distance of the target, or spin drift, or any of those kind of things. I'm just talking about short, close range pistol distances, taking out of the equation your zero. Now, there's two common reasons why you would aim at the center of a target, and then when you break the shot, you would notice that your rounds are impacting low and left. And I'm talking about from a right-hander shooter's perspective. Left-handers is the opposite, low and right. One of two things are typically happening. Number one is that you're pressing the trigger and you're moving the gun while you're pressing the trigger. All right, so there's two ways to solve that. The first one is to press the trigger straight back. I typically teach to press the trigger straight back towards your dominant eye. So there's that straight line of sight between your dominant eye, your sighting system, whatever you're using, and the point on the target that you're trying to hit. And then your trigger press should be in line with that. That's what I personally do. It works for me. The other reason why that can be happening is that when you're pressing the trigger with your entire hand. And you're not isolating your trigger finger, you're using your middle finger, ring finger, and your pinky to actually put pressure on the gun or to add pressure, and it's pushing the gun low and left. No amount of support hand pressure is going to solve that. You can probably support hand pressure your way out of pushing the gun left with your trigger finger to a degree, but you want to fix the root of it, and the root is that you're moving the gun when you're firing it. So some point in between the point where you have your sights on target, you make a decision to fire, and before you actually fire, as you're pressing the trigger, you're moving the gun low and left. But it happens a split second before the gun goes off, so if you're not really switched on, you won't feel it and you won't see it, right? So one of the things that I often do with newer shooters is I'll tell them that I've loaded the gun, I have not loaded it, and at least there's not one in the chamber, and then they're expecting the gun to fire. When they go to press the trigger, they'll push the gun low and left. Now that allows them to not only feel what they did with the gun, because there's no immediate recoil, there's no concussion after, the round goes off, but they can also see that the gun dropped, right? Because a lot of times you tell them they're doing it, they might not even notice. So that's what I personally do, just to make them aware of it. How do you fix that? Just focus on pressing the trigger straight back. It's simple, not easy. Ben Steger talks about putting your brain on your hand. If you need to say isolate, 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 or whatever you need to say to yourself, whatever you need to do that works for your particular brain. Everybody's wired a little bit different. Will help with that, but it is not that a Glock shoots low and left or that a CZ shoots low and right or anything like that. It is operator error. So don't blame the tool, work on your skills, and that will fix that. If you have any questions, let me know.